Braxton's family breakdown, Tawanda's wedding drama, and Trina's filming feud. Okay, everybody, let's get into it. Let's talk about the Braxtons. Now, listen, this is probably going to be the most intense season ever than any of the shows. This is their second season as the Braxtons, and then probably more intense than Braxton Family Values. If I were the Braxtons, I probably wouldn't have done the show. But we heard the rumors that Trina and Towanda need the money. They are not going to do a show without Tamar and Tony. So, in a sense, Tamar and Tony are helping them financially, the other two. However, it's going to make Towanda and Trina look really, really bad. So on this video, we're going to talk about why Tamar wasn't invited to Tawanda's wedding. And then we're going to talk about why Trina refuses to film with her niece, Ashley. That's so intense. Let's talk about that first, okay? Ashley is Michael's oldest daughter. Michael had two daughters. It was Ashley, the oldest, and there was Lauren, the one that just passed away. A couple of years now, she's been passed. And Ashley also came on maybe 3 months ago saying that she had an irregular relationship. I can't remember the word that she used with Trina's then boyfriend, possibly husband, Gabe. Okay. Because according to Ashley, she was a minor. And minors can't consent to anything. Okay. You are a minor. But according to Trina, it was intentional. And so she really treated Ashley like the mistress. Now, if you haven't seen that, here is a clip.
Okay, so I want to tell a story today, and that story is about how one of my aunts in my family do not talk to me because they think that I, at the age of 16, did something with her partner at the time. And I have been a nervous wreck to talk about something like this and to tell this story. A, because of my family. B, because I don't want people, it's not to hurt people to tell my story.
I mean, everybody was very proud of Ashley because that is a very hard thing to do. Facing your past, speaking about it publicly, it was just a very hard thing to do. And a lot of the public supported her, but a lot of the family members, they weren't having it.
You guys, all right, so I told you that I was going to keep it real with you on this journey, that you were going to be in it with me, and I'm going to give y'all some updates. So first update is that I got a message yesterday from my Faja, and he said to zip it up tight, don't speak. I know just what you're saying. Don't speak, girl. And that he lawyered up, and that I shan't speak of his name or the household and other things, etc., and that he will take legal action. So I've decided to, again, not use his name, which I've been trying to do with everybody, not use anybody's names, but I'll also speak and say according to my childhood experience. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to stop, that I'm going to be silenced. Everyone has the right to tell their story, and everyone has the right to say whatever it is that they want to say.
So she refused. Lawyer up. He was going to sue his daughter for talking about her trauma. It's not even your trauma. It's her trauma. But Ashley said that she wasn't going to shut up. And we're really glad that she didn't. She kept talking. And oh, what a story it was. This poor woman has been through hell and back with Mikey. Okay. Now, we don't know a lot about Mikey because they don't really show him that much on the show. If they do, they're at some party and he really doesn't speak much. But according to his own daughter, she's saying that she suffered abuse at the hands of her father. She said that her mother just didn't come home one day. She didn't want to be a mother anymore. And she even got her name taken off of the birth certificate. Now, I didn't even know you can do that. Then she got a stepmother that was worse than the mother. She would say, this is why your mom left you. You don't know how to do this. You don't know how to do that. And in between Michael and the wife putting hands on each other, why would you tell a child that she's the reason why your mother left? I mean, this is abuse. There's no other way around it. This poor girl, I just feel really bad. And then, she had a sister that was also experiencing this trauma, Lauren. Lauren turned to drugs, in my opinion, to cope, because that you need some deep family counseling for stuff like that. And to make matters even worse, she admitted that she was touched in her childhood. And a part of one of those symptoms is you turn around and you do the same things to others. She actually said that she touched her sister. So I want you guys to listen to this conversation she's having with someone. It's 7 minutes, but it really explains what she went through in childhood. Take a listen.
Okay.
Grandma, for instance, and a few of my aunts to come in and step in. But I'm never angry or upset with them. They tried their best. It was the moment where my dad would come back and say, like, hey guys, this is her house too. So they would come up to our house and they would confront my stepmom and be like, what is happening here? Yeah. And when my father then would in return call and say, hey, this is her house, don't show up here this way. Right. How does that work? Yeah. So I had to learn very quickly that it was just me, myself, and my sister. Mm-hmm. And for the longest time, I didn't see that my dad was a part of the picture of the problem. Yeah. I just thought it was my stepmom. Uh-huh. To have someone even say to you, the reason why your mom left is because of you. And, that was like her fuel as to why we were such bad kids. So it was really, really hard. But my sister was my best friend through it all. Okay. But I needed therapy. That to this. Yeah. Yeah. I was in no way, shape, or form healthy enough to handle it. So before maybe things were to happen and I couldn't retaliate, so I internalized it, but in an emotional way as a kid would. Yeah. Whereas when I got older, it turned to. And I got into a lot of trouble in the sense of drugs, alcohol, partying.
Okay. When did you realize that was not the answer?
I got sent home.
Oh, that'll do it.
Sent home. Oh, they shipped me right back to Maryland. And that was the greatest thing because I needed that reality check. Yeah. Sister was living on the East Coast of Maryland with my dad, and my brothers and my stepmom were on the other side. Okay. But it was hard going back home because I noticed a change in my sister. Mm-hmm. She turned to drugs. She really started to become a different person. Yeah. I remember I was only home for maybe 3 days. Okay. I'm not proud of this, but stole my dad's credit card. And I was like, I've got to get to LA. I can't be here. Yeah. I can't live in this. This is insane. And I remember my sister was like, what are you doing? And I just looked at her and I said, I've got to get out of here. I've got to get out of here. And I'll never forget her face. She looked at me like, okay, so you're leaving? You just got here. Yeah. And there was that look of like, babe, I'm so sorry, but I've got to go. No, it's interesting. She passed away 3 years ago. Oh. There's so many. I know. There was so many things that I never got to ask her. That was really devastating for me when she passed away because the person who had also gone through what I had gone through was gone. Didn't have that connection anymore of someone who truly understood me. Of course. And then also growing up, there was, I guess, when you're touched inappropriately as a child and then it sort of manifests and then you start doing it. So then there was a lot of guilt there because I had sexually touched her
Right.
And so for me, the reason why she passed away was because of drugs. And so for me, all of those reasons was because of me, and that's why she's not here.
Wow. See what I mean? She's been through hell and back. Even to admit to something like that, most people would hide it. Like, remember Krishan said that her sister made her do things to her, and till this day, Tasiki just doesn't acknowledge it, says it's a lie. For her to even admit something like that, because when it happens to you and you're a child, you don't know any better. You don't. So she ends up moving to Spain, which is really great, getting lots of therapy and just trying to heal. So she talks about it openly. Now, somehow this gets back to production, and they think, wow, wouldn't it be great and real if we had Trina and her kind of talk through the issues with Gabe? Now, according to Trina, Gabe is no longer here. Why bring this up? You need to bring it up because your niece is still hurting and you treated her wrong. She was the victim. You treated her like the predator, saying that in her eyes, this was a full-on relationship. What? The Braxton family is so scarred. I mean, and it's so many of them, and each one has their own story. This is absolutely unbelievable. So Trina is refusing to film with Ashley. These are the rumors. And I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, because if she still has that attitude that Ashley came onto her guy and they had an affair, shame on you, Trina. It's just no way to treat a victim. I'm very, very disappointed in Trina. That's one of the problems they're having on the set, is that, the big scene that they wanted, they're not going to get, which is, I don't know if it's a blessing or a curse. Now let's move on to Towanda and Tamar. It has been friction between these two forever. I remember in the beginning that everybody used to say that Towanda was jealous of Tamar. Do you guys remember this scene? This is a scene where Tamar goes around the table and tell each sister what's wrong with their relationships and the kind of men that they marry. Remember this?
Honestly, God, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. You got a cheater. You got a computer whiz who likes to cheat on the internet. You got somebody who never can't hold down a job. And you got somebody who just want to live off of you. I'm just trying to tell y'all, this kind of dude here is totally different. Point blank, not in front of period. Well, who you mad at? I'm not.
Tamar went around the table. This is before she had therapy and before she was trying to do better. She went around the table and told each one what was wrong with their relationship. When that happened, Tamar got a lot of attention that season. And a lot of fans are saying that Tawanda's just jealous of Tamar.
Right, the show's supposed to do it because it's supposed to show real life family. We have a real life family, and real life family goes through real life shit, real life situations. You're not going to get along all the time. You're not going to see eye to eye all the time, and everybody has their own journey, period. That's just it. So if you come on here talking about, oh, Towanda is jealous, she's so jealous. How can I be jealous of one sister and not jealous of Toni Braxton? Do that make sense? That don't even make sense.
Not to me.
Oh, there she has her cheerleader in the background, her now husband. So they're saying that Towanda got Tamar banned from the wedding. Now this all stems from the last couple of years, and they had went to therapy about it before. Do you guys remember this scene? They're talking to a therapist. It's the whole family, all the girls and the mom, and they're talking to the therapist. And Tamar says, why isn't Towanda talking to me? Now, listen, Tawanda's playing a very serious head game with Tamar, if you ask me. He tries to get her excluded from all the events and kind of push her out the family, but she's being passive aggressive. Now, the rumor is, and we've talked about this many times, that Towanda is upset with Tamar because Tamar doesn't like her now husband, Sean. She doesn't like him. Remember, there was a family meeting. All the women said they didn't like him. They said he was strange and they didn't feel comfortable with him being around Brooke. Towanda has been mad at Tamar ever since, if you ask me. But instead of being an adult about it and talking about it, maybe Tamar has some valid points. Maybe she doesn't. But you need to talk to her. Towanda plays head games and play passive aggressive. There's nothing wrong. I'm just not in a good space to be with Tamar right now. Remember this scene from last season? It really is sickening. Just take a look.
The respect where a person is. That's just it. And until that person or whoever is willing to move forward in that way, then you just have to respect where they are.
Well, the respect is a behavior, but I want to know how it feels to not have access to your sister.
But be honest, it's not connected to a feeling though.
You can't speak.
It's not connected to a feeling.
Okay.
It's not connected to a feeling though.
How does your sister say, you don't have access to me, and you don't care that you don't have access to me, and it doesn't cause you to feel anything?
It's just, I guess the feeling is numb.
Yeah.
Because it's not positive and it's not negative.
Mm-hmm. And I will tell you that numb is a feeling. It's a very important one.
It is.
Right?
Keep it gangster, dog. Why we gotta sit up here and act like...
It's not, like I said, it's a matter of respect. I respect where people are. That's just
Is that where...
I respect where people are. I don't engage. I don't pour into certain types of energy. Mm-hmm. I make different choices in my life. Mm-hmm. And that's just where I am.
Outside of yesterday and today, when was the last time you talked to me?
I don't recall. It wasn't my birthday because you didn't call me.
You see the passive aggressiveness that Tawanda's got going on. She's playing a real sick head game with her sister. Her sister's saying, you are treating me different. You're not talking to me. What's going on here? And instead of Towanda stepping up and being an adult, said, I don't like what you said about my husband or my then boyfriend. She doesn't do that. She plays head games and she tries to get Trina involved. It's going to be so hard to watch because it was hard to watch last season. I just can't believe that they came back for another season. I mean, if I was that damn broke, go get a job somewhere else. But what you think is going to happen, Towanda, if you think everyone's going to hate Tamar and treat her like they did when before her therapy, it's not. It's going to come across as you're very cold, calculated, and you're a passive aggressive person. No one's going, because at the end of the day, they're going to look at, why is Towanda and Trina both defending the men? Why are they going ride or die real hard for the men? I know Trina's going to get that. Like, Gabe's not even here anymore. And she's talking about why ruin his name, because your niece needs it. She needs to heal. And it would help in her healing process if you apologize and admit it that you made her the victim. Same for Towanda. You're not going to talk to Tamar and you're going to play head games with her because she thinks something strange about Sean. And Towanda playing head games. She knows this hurts Tamar to be excluded from everything, and she keeps doing it. So this is going to be a hell of a season, but that's what's going on right now. It's sheer mayhem. But right now, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. What do you guys think about Ashley filming? Do you think it's going to mess up her progress? Do you think she needs it for healing? Do you think Towanda will ever step up to the plate and tell Tamar the truth? A lot going on, people. It's a lot. Until next time, bye for now.